Yeah.
Hi!
Hi, this is the Boys Kissing Boys after show, second base. So, welcome to second base.
It's hysterical.
Thanks. I didn't come up with the name of the podcast, but I came up with the name of the after show. So,
Shocking, it's sexual and you thought of it.
You're welcome. So, Jonathan Painchall actually came up with the name of the show, and I'm like 90% sure he's a straight guy.
Work.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, straight guy.
Yeah.
You're one of the good ones.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so we just got finished with the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So thoughts?
It's fun.
It's fun.
I think we touched on some
I think we touched a lot of wieners.
relevant topics and bottoms. Yeah. I could talk about music stuff all day. So
Yeah.
let me know.
It's good to learn about George Michael.
That was, I need to do something a little bit less depressing for the next one.
Yeah. Something like less, like deathy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just go.
Oh, just like.
Uh-huh.
Just go put it
Oh, honey.
Now that we have visuals.
You were supposed to thwarp the fan out. Yes! Is that from like the Trixie and Katya website or no?
No, it's from Dirt Swirl.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who were they?
It's some gay website.
Oh god, I don't know anything about.
We know.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. So yeah, I obviously have no idea what's going on. Also, so that we're all clear on what's going on, this is Matt. I am David.
Hello.
This is Stevie. So in case you couldn't tell by our voices, I'm like 90% sure we all sound completely different. But I also
you have the gayest voice.
What?
I had the most masculine voice.
Yes. I think like, I'm like somewhere in the middle. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're losing your mind just a little.
Just a little bit.
A
Something we could talk about that I think is very relevant and very gay right now. Crop tops.
Oh, okay.
Like the one you were wearing last night?
Yes, I wore a PlayStation crop top, like vintage, like PlayStation with like Japanese writings underneath, because it's like cultural.
Okay, so my view on crop tops for a long time was that I hated them. I hated them on men, I hated them on women. And then like 2 years ago happened, and crop tops were like a thing in Long Beach.
Really?
And it was hitting really hard, and I was like, well, I would love to wear a crop top, but I'm fat as fuck.
So it's funny. One of my best friends, he's like always been like crazy fashion, but like he like works it to hell. Like he always looks great, and I apparently made fun of him for wearing a crop top at some point, and then I wore one to P-Town 2 years ago for the first time. I got like a Metallica shirt and I cut it off because it was for the 80s week. Not that Metallica's 80s, but that's fine.
And nobody called you out for it.
No, I was giving like rocker looks, so that was the point. But anyway, he was like, "Oh, like you made fun of me wearing a crop top, then you wear a crop top," like type thing. But yeah, I mean now I love them because they're fun.
Oh yeah.
I've never worn one, and I feel like I should maybe try.
You should invest.
Oh, 100%. The last time that somebody wore a crop top, like in my general vicinity, we went out to. So there's a guy who runs gay culture throughout a lot of Connecticut. His name is Sky Casper. He's been trying to kill the game since he was 18. And he's getting it. And I would like him on the podcast. Sky Casper, I'm looking at you. And so he was throwing some event for a new like gay night in the middle of Hartford. And the problem with Hartford is that like
It's Hartford.
it's Hartford. There is Tuesdays at Tisane. There is like one other gay bar called The Shay, and that's it.
The Shay Goulet.
The Shay of it all. Shay
Oh, the
est. And so they were doing this new one, and I was like, fuck yeah, like let's show up. And I show up with all my friends, and like one of them is wearing a crop top, and he's, he used to be muscular, and he may have had a couple more drinks than he probably should have before going out this particular evening, and he was just like, I feel dumpy, but I feel like I'm amazing. $1 million. So he was like, I'm gonna wear this sheer, very see-through crop top.
It's all about how you work it.
Crop tops are about owning it.
Yeah, you have to own it.
Agreed. But the only problem was he got read to filth while we were there, out loud, and I felt so bad about it. And ever since I've been so I'm never
by your friends or
no, not by my friends would never. Everyone was just like, "Gag, you look amazing."
Yeah.
And I was just like, I am
so a
not
stranger
brave
did that?
enough. Yeah.
Well, then fuck them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That makes them an asshole.
Oh, they are an asshole.
Because that means they wouldn't wear a crop top.
Okay, and they were. This also very specific person was wearing a yarmulke and their I don't know what the ropes are called, but they were wearing full Jewish garb out to a gay bar, and I was like, you cannot right now
talk about fashion choices.
Talk shit on people for what they're wearing. But ever since I've been very scared to actually wear.
I mean,
crop
if
tops.
you need
But I want
inspiration,
to.
Forever 21 is crop top.
They're doing it.
Home base.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was at the mall with my boyfriend and my friend, and we were just walking, and I literally spotted front row display Power Ranger crop top. I was like.
Had your name written on it, basically.
I was like, is that a Power Ranger crop top? And I walked over. That motherfucker was on sale for $6. Purchase.
You best believe that you bought at least one.
I actually bought two.
Yeah.
I actually bought two. One was for a friend. But I actually bought two.
And you guys cannot see his room, and you may if you want to. His room is green Power Ranger. There's Power Rangers over there.
It's fine.
All Power
yeah,
Rangers.
we don't need to.
It's wonderful. I'm so on the same page.
I'm just curious whether I've spent more money on Power Rangers or tattoos at this point.
Oh.
That's what I'm really.
You're like DJ equipment, tattoos,
Yeah.
and Power Rangers.
Yeah, exactly.
It's where it's at.
Yeah.
I'm not shaming you for your choices. I love your choices.
I think my displays are beautiful.
Oh yeah.
They're well organized.
They are color coded,
Yes.
color coordinated.
Love it.
Realness.
The realness.
So, and where was crop tops? So
Crop tops.
Crop tops. So this year my goal is to wear a crop top.
Cool.
So I'm actually glad that you brought that up.
Yes.
Because I've been going to the gym for 3 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the first time that I've committed to going to a gym. I'm so serious. I've never been to a gym before.
Okay.
Yeah. That is not a good thing nor a bad thing. I just I'm not a committing person, and so gyms are not for me. And so
a great local gay clothing brand where you can acquire crop tops.
I am getting told.
Yes. Romance Warehouse.
Ooh.
The owner is a friend of mine. They're based out of Providence. They have ones. They have lots of options and funny cute gay shirts, but they have ones that it says crop top, crop verse, or crop bottom.
Nice.
So you can properly designate yourself while still being fashionable.
Well, do they have crop toppers?
All right, we don't need to go east by east west north northwest.
Oh, you mean Northwest Child? So I'm very on board with the crop top.
Love it. Support it.
I don't actually I haven't been on Instagram. It sucks. So I'm pop culture podcast, and I've avoided Instagram and Twitter for the last 2 months. So I actually don't know what to go.
I like this train of thought though. Let's go more gay fashion trends. How about overalls? Yes or no?
Overall's done right. So either you need to oversize and then cinch that fucking waist in, or it needs to be so tight you can barely move and I can see your moose knuckle.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about overalls, but I'm really wanting to get into onesies and the onesie short.
Oh, the romper?
The romper, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yes.
I do want one of those too.
I want a romper.
I didn't want one when they came out last year as as a thing.
Mm-hmm.
they were very overpriced because it was the company that made them first, or
The romp him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like $90, and they were like aggressively sold out. Like I was like, I'll wait.
But Caswell Caswell is a
Gay rapper.
I was like, whatever the fuck. What is he? Is he a DJ?
He's a DJ. He makes
producer.
music.
Okay.
Yeah, he does it all.
So he's one of those, very good at what he does, especially in the gay community. And him and his crew wore the lace rompers.
Those are fierce.
And I was like, that is what I want. Like if I'm getting one, I'm going all out.
I want one of those, but then just picture a lace sunburn, because that's what you're gonna get.
Oh God.
That's what you're gonna get.
And I just walk into work and they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Great, a little floral."
There's a weird skin issue happening.
It's just all over.
I just got a T-shirt and it's like I forget what band it is. It's I think it's a Def Leppard shirt, but the top is like really
like wide neck.
No, it's like fishnet.
Like
just the shoulder mesh. That's the word.
Yeah.
It's mesh shoulders, and I'm like so excited to wear it, but then I'm like, ooh, we can wear it to Miami, but then I'm like, what if South Beach sun weather just like makes like a checkered print sunburn?
Looks like a caught lobster.
Yeah. And it's right, it goes like to here, so it would be like right over my titties, like a sunburned titties.
Yes, titties.
Yeah.
Yes, titties. And so, and I do have to make sure that my computer doesn't shut off because the sound will then shut off. But
Quick pause.
also, I personally am not a fan of mesh. Super sorry to people who love mesh.
How dare you?
I just pissed off the entire 90s.
Next, you're gonna tell me you don't like chokers.
No, I'm joking. Actually, The Craft sold me on chokers.
The Craft? Oh, the show. I was
The
like,
movie.
Movie.
Nobody? Oh, Jesus.
I thought we were talking about mac and cheese.
Like Kraft singles?
Yeah,
You mean like I've been for the last 4 years? Kraft single? Oh, me? I make my boyfriends out of paper mache. I'm a Kraft single.
You have the most dad jokes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wait.
Oh, honey.
So, sorry for being gross.
Are we still talking about fashion?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to say something that I didn't get to say. And it's obviously about Drag Race, because I could talk about Drag Race all day, every day. But
Our Drag Race consultant, everybody.
we didn't mention Mayhem Miller at all in the podcast, which I think is a little bit of a travesty for her, since she did win. Spoiler alert.
She won the Max
Did
Challenge.
win the main stage challenge. I wasn't super impressed with her. I know you must have strong feelings over there, because nobody said anything about her. I wasn't impressed with her workroom entrance look. It was very pageanty and very seen it before.
Yeah.
But she turned it out for the Dragon a Dime challenge and looked very
So, all the gays I know pegged her as she's gonna be a top 3.
Ugh.
She
I didn't think so.
She pissed me off with just the things that she said. Everything was oh, I'm better than you.
Yeah. The LA Queen.
Yeah, what's the LA drag scene oh, well, I'm better than it.
It's me, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. It rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
So I wasn't rooting for her just based on the first half of the episode.
And the other thing is she was name dropping left and right. She's oh, Detox, drag sister.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah, drag sister.
Right.
Delta work, drag. Oh,
Yeah.
Got it. We understand.
Yeah. So that I just wasn't vibing on her, which is why I didn't really care to touch on her.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about the Vixen, who I thought, from what I know from people from Chicago, she's a big deal in Chicago.
Yeah.
Was very unimpressed.
Mm-hmm.
Unimpressive.
Just
So
from the first
far.
episode. I mean, I told you I hated her entrance
Yeah.
look.
Well, so for Mayhem, I will say the glove thing really pulled it out.
No, that did look good.
I don't like the. I'm very very specific about wigs. So. So wigs are very important to me, and so she wore I don't like synthetic wigs. I think they look terrible.
Mm-hmm.
They're very shiny. They don't look real.
They're not real, so.
They're not real. And so I like the illusion of it, and so Mayhem walks out in this synthetic wig, and I was just like the rest of it looked great. The glove on the head, the gloves here, the molding of the top part of her dress was beautiful, and I was just like, wow, like she turned it out. And then I was like, oh, the fucking wig, like. It really blows my mind.
I didn't mind the wig because it was like a really dark green, which I thought was kind of interesting.
As opposed to the black.
Yeah. If it was just like a plain black wig, I would have been over it. But like it was a very, very dark tinted green. So I kind of like that. But yeah, it was kind of a boring wig.
Yeah.
But I did love that they brought that challenge back because I think that's been like a lot of the qualms that people have with like some of the newer episodes. It's like every single one is an acting challenge when drag queens really don't act.
Correct.
They're not like trying to be actors, you know? So
they're seamstresses, they're performers, but they don't act.
Yeah, like, I mean, you know, granted, there are queens that do, you know, and it is, you know, putting on a show, acting is putting on a show. So technically it is all acting, but like, you know, memorizing lines and all that stuff, it's not something that drag queens do on a regular basis. Yeah. So to have, like, you know, episode 3, acting challenge. Like, it's, you know, it's...
RuPaul the Musical. And you're like, oh, another one of these.
Yeah, so I mean, things like, The Bachelor, which I think was a great episode.
So good.
Because it's like improv comedy.
It was
like,
improv, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that is important because a lot of stage work and, you know, hosting and stuff is improv and being funny on a mic and doing all that stuff. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But remembering lines, doing all these crazy dance numbers and stuff.
How often does that happen in drag life?
Yeah. Being a songwriter, you know, like...
Which, I mean, for a lot of the queens who leave Drag Race, being a songwriter becomes a thing.
Yeah.
It's not something that they, like, take on during Drag Race, or at least that wasn't what it was to begin with.
Yeah. Unless you're Willem.
Except for Serena, no. Yeah, so I think it's good that they're kind of trying to dial it back. I think they should be doing more sewing challenges.
Yeah.
Because that is a huge part of drag, and I think a lot of people that they brought on in recent seasons, they buy all their stuff. Like Kimora Black was a huge disappointment to me because when I saw her look, I was really excited by her. I thought she was going to be like, you know, just based on the promos and stuff, I was like, she's going to be in like, you know, the top. And she was like, I buy everything. Like, I don't do this. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like,
I pay somebody to rhinestone my shit.
Yeah.
I don't wear rhinestones.
Like, if this is something, you know,
that is important to you.
Yeah. Like,
learn all the aspects.
Exactly. Why wouldn't you want to learn all the aspects of it? Because then, at the end of the day, you can create stuff out of your head and stuff that no one else has.
Like, you don't have to be amazing at fashion to know what fits on your body.
Yeah, and granted, you know, if you're having someone else make stuff for you, you know, it's something that is handmade and someone else, you know, doesn't have, but it's not made by you. Yeah. And, you know, I get with like DJing and stuff, you know, I haven't taken the full reins on like producing, but I've made some like mashups and stuff. You know, it's more time consuming and it's not my main career. But when drag is your main career,
do it.
You know, do it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that is actually where we have to leave it.
Yeah.
So that is our full 20 minutes for the after show.
Okay. Pizza's here.
Pizza's here. Love you guys. And thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can subscribe on iTunes. To Boys Kissing Boys, and you can find Stevie at Exo Fridays at Club Cafe, and every last Saturday at Peggy O'Neill's.
Yes.
So definitely come out if you guys are in the Boston area, or if you are visiting, tell them you said hi from the podcast.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye.